So I've been roofied also multiple times. And going off of, I guess, people that you can trust, I went out with a friend. Well, I thought they were a friend. And this kind of really goes with like a lot of the advice that we've been giving people about going out with people that you trust. I was in a bar and I had only had, I think it was like 2 beers and a shot at that point. And I was seeing people that I had known, so I was like going up and saying, hey, talking to them. And I was, like I said, with my friend at the time, and she just was not paying any attention to me at all whatsoever. And there was this group of guys who came up to us and they were being very persistent, would not leave us alone, kept insisting shots. And I will say at that point, I was a little, drunk, being out, drinking with friends and stuff. So when this is also very important, do not drink things that people hand you. This is a very, very big no-no. But at that point, like I said, I was pretty drunk, so I didn't think anything of it. And again, the person that I was with wasn't really paying any attention, so she didn't intervene like a trusted friend would and be like, hey, that's probably not a good idea. He gave me, I think it was a shot or something, and not even like 2 minutes later, I have no idea what happened. I thankfully, in being very messed up, because mine I was not conscious for, at least one of them. The first time it ever happened to me, I was kind of in and out, but this time I completely blacked out. I happened to call my friend and told him, I was like, hey, I'm not okay, come get me. And he came and got me out of the bar and took me to a safer spot while he called my other friends to come pick me up. Well, at the time, the girl that I was with, she had followed us to the spot that he took us while I was waiting for my other friends, and she was with a guy, like completely just not paying attention to me. So when my friends got there, I was just kind of falling all over the place, doing my own thing, talking to random people, and again, I have no recollection of any of this. And I apparently started getting like very aggressive. That's another thing, is sometimes people get mean because you don't know what people drug you with. That's a big thing that I want people to know, is that like
it could be a Xanax.
It could be a Xanax, it can be ketamine, people can even put Coke in your drink and you don't know. Like it's not just roofies that people use anymore. They use any kind of drug they can get their hands on to put somebody out. And like I said, she was not paying any attention to me at all whatsoever. And oh God, I hate this part, but I got very aggressive, and I got very aggressive with my friends. And according to them, I threatened to fight a homeless man because he had asked me for money on the street. And then another guy, like when they were walking me to the car because I was crying, have no idea about what, but I was crying. It was very, very emotional, and another guy just came up to me to ask if I was okay. I got in his face, started yelling at him, and as my friend was driving me home, I was telling her in the car, and again, this is all stuff I've been told, I don't remember any of this, but she told me that I kept crying and asking, like, why do they always do this? I don't understand why they do this, because this is not the first time this has happened to me. Thankfully, they got me home. I was very lucky in that situation too. Actually, both times that I've been roofied, I got taken home safely. But the first time it ever happened to me, we actually had to call my mom. She lives like 30 minutes away, but nobody knew what to do because none of us had been in that situation before. And I like ended up like falling, hitting my head on the tub and everything. It was pretty rough. But no, this last time that it happened though, like I said, the girl that I was with, she just wasn't paying any attention, and she couldn't even comprehend what was going on, and she was almost like laughing. Like she came up to the car whenever I got to the car, like in my friend's car, she came up to the car and she was like, yo, we raged tonight, like can't wait to see you tomorrow. Or like it was like the game was like a couple days later, like the football game. She's like, can't wait to see you at the game, bro, like we went crazy. And then the next day, after I had finally woken up and like was conscious, because I woke up and still felt very much drugged. You wake up and you are very, very disoriented,
still, like messed up.
Yeah, you just don't know what happened. Like you're so all over the place. But I had realized that I had a missed call from her, and she had called me when I got home and was like, yo, hope you're okay, and then put the guy on the phone that she was with, knowing that I was not like okay. Like, and so I have not spoken to her since, and I like tell all my girlies, you know, if you ever feel off about something or somebody puts you in that kind of situation and can't recognize that it's not okay, don't speak to them, because that's not a true friend. That is not somebody who has your best interest at heart. No, she did not roofie me. I want to make that very clear. It was definitely one of those guys for sure, but she could have been a better friend and stepped in, or had noticed that I was not okay and was like, hey, let's go home, or gotten me an Uber. But no, she just kind of thought it was haha hee hee funny, and then never even like asked if I was okay. And I think she ended up texting me later like, hey, are you at the game, or like, are you going out? And I just haven't talked to her since. So I definitely, my biggest thing is go out with people that you trust, because a lot of these situations can be avoided and I mean, again, sometimes you're with people, not always, but typically your girls, I always say stick with your girls. Stay with your girls. They're always gonna, you know, if you have like really good tight friends, more often than not they're gonna be paying attention to you. And if you know that you're gonna be like in a like big kind of party scene, like we went to Miami last year for spring break, and we all agreed that one person would stay relatively sober to watch everybody when we went out, because it was a place that we weren't familiar with, and that actually ended up helping, because one of the girls, we were pretty sure she got roofied one night, and I happened to not drink, so I was able to get her home, or well, back to the place that we were staying. But yeah,
the buddy system is so important.
It is insanely important.